Oh, yeah, I can screen share. That's something. Let me see. My sound is working right. I guess it's okay. Okay. It's just what you find. I've never used a screen share. It's like, hey, whoa, we can screen share. Jesus. So I'm in a kind of foul mood today, and I lost Dougie early today, so I've been in a foul mood looking for a fight all day, and it didn't happen, and thank God. But some days are like that in Mgtow. Some days you're just gonna be out there looking for a fight, and that's about it. Wow, do we got the Spergs around Mgtow now? Spergtow is a real thing, guys. It's Spergtow, and we should just call it for what it is. It's really Spergtow. Uh, there's a lot of guys around here that think that I've been saying it for years and years and years, and it doesn't seem to want to catch on. It's easy. I'll just read the bottom thing. It's easy to believe there's a group of evil feminists out there that are controlling every aspect of your life, and you will never get that special love interest, that special in the walt, because feminism is ruining it for you. They ruin everything. They ruin the government. There's some evil conspiracy. They're in the government. They're in schools. They're in wherever you believe they're in. Just insert the devil, like I say, and they're there and they're ruining your life. It's much easier to believe that than just to come to grips with reality. It's easier to believe that there's these women out there, they have mind control and all these things, and otherwise all the women would just let you hump on them, and that's a disgusting thought. That just makes me want to puke when I look at some of these guys. Can you imagine how that special other that you want, that you perceived in your head, in that Disney fantasy freaking world you live in, you perceive in your head, how she's gonna let your dumbass, your spurg ass climb on top of her and grunt and cry like a little baby? Man, that's not going to happen. It's easier to believe that than it is to believe that you're a spurg. And Spergtow, maybe 72% of red pill, 72% of PUA, and probably most likely 72% of YouTube is just what I just would call Spergtow, and that's it. They don't want to believe what they are, and this is where Mgtow can help. This is where we've been trying for all these years, Mgtow, to say, hey, forget about all that. Forget about all that stupid shit. Forget about this evil feminist plan, and think about yourself. Come deep down inside, do your introspection, realize who you are and what you are in this life, and just go with it and go with it. Maybe someday you'll be able to hook up with a special spur girl that greets people at the Home Depot, or the Kmart spur girl or something like that. Hey, I'm not saying it's not going to happen for these guys, but, and I do believe in life, and this is what I know about women. Before I stopped screwing my life up by dating women and everything, I could be a pretty good life coach because I have Cheetos. I've got Cheetos, and I can tell you all sorts of things that you want to hear. Cheetos, yeah, they're freaking delicious, and I can tell you whatever you want to hear. But I'd rather tell you the truth about things. The truth of the matter is, you have no freaking clue what a woman wants, just as you have no clue what a man wants. You look out over your group of friends. Look out all your group of friends. Look around Mgtow, and look at the guys and look what they like in a female. Look at some of them, like Charles. Charles is a chubby chaser. I have two friends that are chubby chasers. For some odd reason, they're very good looking guys. They're slim, they're good looking, they're industrial, they work hard, they there are three friends. I have three friends that are chubby chasers in my life. And I got a lot of friends all over. I'm pretty old. So I've got a lot of friends, but I know of these three guys that are chubby chasers. And that's what they like in life. That's what they like. And you talk to them, yeah, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. I'm thinking it might turn to 4. Men, women are no different. Women are no different than men. You can never tell what women like. During my life, I found that a special kind of woman likes me. And it's a very strange, special kind of woman. And I had to go through all the types and varieties and sizes and shapes and everything. And a special kind of woman likes me. And once I connected with that thing that happens, and I'll tell you, slim, very slim, dark-skinned girls to black like me. I don't know why that is in life. It's just my destination in life. And once I got in touch with that, once I got in touch with what I basically liked and what liked me, it happened a lot. I could walk down the street and say, this one, that one, that one, that one, that's the one that likes me. And you get in touch with those things. Women are no different from men. You're going to have chubby chasers. You're going to have skinny chasers. You're going to have alpha females that just want alpha males. You're going to have females that just want a guy with a dad bod, turns them on. Dad bods turn them on. Why do dad bods turn them on? I have no clue why dad bods turn them on. That's just the way it is in this world that we live in. All this Coach Red Pill stuff, and that Coach Red Pill, let me tell you a little bit about that Coach Red Pill. He is the shill of the century. They should just call him Coach Red Shill, and that's what I'm going to start calling him, Coach Red Shill. The Coach Eli Shill. Look at Coach Eli. Look at me. Go get yourself a picture of Coach Eli. Examine his facial figures and tell me Coach Eli is not a Sperg. Really, tell me that Coach Eli is not a Sperg. Guys, Jesus, Mgtow has wandered so far from any kind of reality that it's hard to distinguish what Mgtow is anymore. We've got Spergtows running around her. We got Coach Red Pills, Coach Eli Sperg. We got we got Spergs making videos, and this is the concerning part. And they believe that there's some Illuminati feminist group out there, conspiracy theorists that control the world, that are in your Congress, and they're going to make rules against you, and they're doing that because they hate you specifically. That's fucking crazy. That's effing crazy. But most of the time in this world, that's what you're going to see around here. 72%, they did a study a couple years ago. 72% of YouTube is under that 86 mark in IQ. And you know what that means. We're going to have Spergtow around here. So we get PUA, red pill coaches. They're all of a sudden, they're all calling themselves red pill coaches. This is the newest red pill coach. How many red pill coaches? Hey, Whiskey, how many red pill coaches have you seen since you've been around here? I can't remember any one of them ever making it. And then all of a sudden there's a new one calling himself the new red pill coach. And then we got the red pill coach, Greg Adams. We got the red pill Sperg, Coach Eli. We got the red pill new coach that doesn't look anything like their old red pill coach that didn't look anything like the oldest red pill coach. You stay around here long enough and you're going to see these guys just turning out, and they're all failures. They're all failures. I don't know who's giving them the money to do that. I don't know if they're just, they got a server they're tapping into for doing that, but they're all shills. They're all shills. And Mgtow, we got to start identifying. I was looking over at that Coach Red Pill guy today, and Sandman was even over there. I think he's starting to get the ire up of Mgtow. And I'll tell you what, if there's any group in the world that I would not want to get the ire up of, that's Mgtow. That's Mgtow, because we'll put up with that shit for a real long time. And then all of a sudden there's going to be 20, 30,000 guys converging on it that are saying, we're just done with it. We are just done with it. And it's good that they come around and it's good that they come around and they take maybe the spergs away. We don't need, you just go your own way, Mgtow, go your own. If I didn't do it today, I'm in a foul mood. I lost my dog today. I'm anchoring for a fight all day, and I can't find a fight with somebody. And then I have to come here and open up my YouTube, and I have to see all the spergs and all the red pill coaches around here. And it's about time that the core Mgtows start looking at this thing a little more serious and say, hey, we got to do something about this. They're destroying it. They're destroying things that we worked really hard on over a long number of years. Spergtow is real. And it's not that I hate them guys. I'm empathetic towards you. I am the incel whisperer. I am the incel whisperer. And I knew this was going to happen once the Red Pill Forum closed up over there, where they kicked 30,000 of the incels off. Well, I can't remember. Well, if you guys remember, Riff, what was there where they kicked 30,000? You knew they were going to come over here, and we're going to get saturated with red pill coaches and spergs, and they go together like peanut butter and jelly. But the red pill coaches, and like I said, they all use that same sort of Maslow's hierarchy, and they never really think about how much damage Maslow hierarchy can do to somebody. And really, there's only one kind of. I use Adler's hierarchy myself. When I look into these, I can see it perfectly in these in these Spergtows, in the incels. There's a certain portion of the population that are miserably unfulfilled with their lives. And they're looking for someone to blame it on. Alder believed that some of the people in this group was they're just inferior. They have an inferiority complex, or they don't know who their selves is. They've been lost in childhood. They got lost in childhood, and they were born with this sense of inferiority. I'm not one of those guys. I suppose you know that. I've got an ego the size of Montana, and I think I'm the greatest thing that ever walked on this planet. But 72% of those guys either got an inferiority complex. Try saying that 3 times, and and they never grow out of their childhood. There's no one that ever force them out of their childhood. We got one cat, Ryan. What is his name? Ryan Sperg. He lives in his attic. He still complains about feminists in this alt-right way, because there must be some group out there that's conspiring against him. That's only him. They're conspiring against him, and they know where he lives, and they're holding up. And every time a girl looks at him, they like, don't look at him. He's Ryan, that evil guy. No, that's freaking crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy thinking. And I could tell you, if Ryan took instruction from Joe for like 1 fucking minute, he would get in touch with himself. He would look down deep inside. He would realize what he is. He would adjust his likes and dislikes, find that thing that likes him. Because like I said, you can never tell what a girl likes. They're the same exact thing as men. I've got 4 chubby chaser friends. Why they like chubby girls? I don't know why they like chubby girls. I think it's disgusting. But they like it, and I go with it. It's like, you can have every one of those chubby girls out there. Even Charles, the Atari Charles, he's a chubby chaser. He likes chubby girls, and I don't know why he likes them. It's just the way it is. Girls are exactly that same way. You can have a 10, and for no reason at all, she likes me. For no reason at all. This is the prototype she likes, the archetype, whatever you want to call it. And it's a weird world out there, and people like certain things, and there's no Hollywood image of the 10 and the 8 and 9. Everybody likes to get everything all lined up in their heads so they can distinguish those things. But man, in the real world, just look out there. What was that song with Is she really going out with him? Looking at me, looks like a gorilla. Yeah, she's really going out with him because that's what she likes. And Spergtow is that too. Can't like that guy because he's big and ugly and smelly and disgusting and furry. That's what they like. Jesus. Most of these guys wouldn't even know that they had like big, smelly, disgusting, furry things like me. And the worse you smell, I'll tell you what, I had this girl, I was working on a roof. We were working on a crew. We finished a roof. I usually don't do roofs, and we're putting up a deck on the back. That's where they call me. I'm decking. And we get done, and this girl from the next door comes over, and she's wearing her Daisy Dukes, and she's watching us through the window, peeking. Her husband's at work. She's peeking out all day, and she brings us over this plate of lasagna, freaking delicious too. And she gets right up on the chest, and she goes, she looks me dead in the eye, and she goes, "God, I love the smell of a working man." Every woman in the world likes that. Every woman in the world likes when sweat comes off of you, when you don't shave, when you smell like you just crawled out of the fucking woods with 2 dead cats and a horse ass around your neck. PUA is garbage. Life coaching is garbage. Maybe in some made up, absurd world that these people are living on in their heads, that's going to work. But in the real world that we live in, me and you and all the Mgtows live in, once we start seeing this crap for what it is and the real and the absurdity of this planet, it all starts making sense, because there's nothing that makes sense on this planet. Not women. You're never gonna get a briefing by a PUA that you can go out there and apply it more than 20% of the time, because people are weird. Hello, whiskey stills and trumble leaves. Hello, Joey. Hello, Milk Apple. Hello, Black Pillar Gangster. Hello, everybody that showed up today. I'm in a foul mood today. Probably you can tell. I just want all the life coaches to go to F away from Mgtow. I just want all the Spergs to go away from Mgtow, so I can have a decent place to talk to men, and our community will be decent. But they're never going to let our community be a decent place, because that's the real world out there. Because everywhere you go, you can walk into a shop, and there's going to be 5 to 10 Spergs in that shop that are going to make your ass miserable all day long with their stupid behavior. They're running around. They're grab-assing on the women. And that's life. It don't change in here. Maybe they sort them out a little better in the workplace in some workplaces, but they're always going to be around grab-assing, telling you stories that aren't real. They're every weekend's a new adventure, trying to get one of those split V's. And the truth of the matter is, no sane woman would ever sleep with a guy with Asperger's disease. Asperger's disease. You can look on their face. They say, your genetic chromosomes are malformed. Why would I want to make a baby from that? That's the worst repugnant thing to a female. When she looks at like a Coach Eli, she notices genetically he is malformed. Call it Asperger's, call it Down syndrome, call it slightly on the scale, call it whatever you want, but no woman in the world wants that, because she doesn't want to have a baby that's Spergish. And they can sense it. They can tell it. If you can tell, if you as a male can look at like Ryan, the Sperg, or Coach Eli, or someone like that, and not tell, if you can look at them and tell, don't you think every woman out there can tell? They're programmed to look at our faces and tell what's going on genetically in your body. It's a million years of evolution that they could just look at you and say, no, that one's a Sperg, and that, nope, there's Joe. He's normal. He's got a normal dad bod. Well, I am really freaking pretty. I'd fuck me. I so would. I would so do me. Man, it's just starting to get old around here. I was out looking for a fight today. I swear to God, I was pedaling my ass off. Just every car that came by, I was drifting towards them to see if I can get within the 3 feet range, and then start yelling at them, "No, get out of my lane!" I was gonna pound somebody out today. My dog died, and you know how you are when your dog dies. You're just like, after the first couple beers, it gets worse too, and then and then it just rolls from there. And I couldn't. Usually, it doesn't take me a real long time to find an idiot that I want to punch. But today, see, I don't know. There's this oneness in the universe. What was that I was thinking about? There's the one. What is the religion of the one? Gnosticism or something like that. They believe. It's Neoplatoism, not the Platoism that you think about. Plutonus. Neoplatoism was from the group that was 3 generations after Plato. Cheetos, anybody? Yeah, 3 generations after Plato, there was Plotinus. It was a very popular group. It started right at 427, and there was an interesting war that went on in 427. Phaeacius or somebody like that, I can't remember his name offhand, brought an army of 40,000, and he defeated the Gauls. So it started this whole thing, and Neoplatoism became the new religion. And Neoplatoism was about this entity. It's oneness. It's not a God. He doesn't do God. He doesn't create. What he is a consciousness that was able to look at his own consciousness, like we're able to look at ourselves, our own consciousness, and then life formed from that. That's what Plotinus said, and it was very popular from 427 to say 1400. Now, very interesting things happened in 1400. Yeah, I did that. Very interesting. The age of Romanticism started right around 14. So you can see these things. There was a war. A very strange religion came up. It was Neoplatoism. Plotinus started this, and it was very popular right up to, and then Victorian is blah, 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 modernism. Then now we're in postmodernism, if you needed to know that. I was thinking about if there is a one out there, and regress back to what I was talking about. I had to stop and so I always do that. I always go, "Oh God," or "Oh the one," and I'm trying to change that to "Oh the one," because I thought the one would be more fitting for Mgtow. I know, it's a weird thought, and but we were talking about spergs and red pill coaches, and they refuse to see themselves, and what we teach in Mgtow here, and you can always tell him it's Mgtow, man, because he looks deep down. He does that soul introspection of who he is, what he is, well, what his mind is, what his IQ is, what his body type is, who he is and where he fits in life, what kind of personality he has. Is he a nice guy? Is he a terrible guy? Is he a cheater? Or is he a liar? We all do those introspections, and that gives us a pretty good edge on life because we get to know ourselves, and we can correct those things in our life that we were wrong about. We can correct somehow. Even Alder, we were talking about Alder earlier. Alder believed in that's before jackass Maslow came over. Alder believed in something called fictions and fictional finalism. Fictional finalism is a thing from Hans Vilhagier. I can't pronounce his name because it's some jackass Swedish name or something. Vilhagier. That sounds weird when you pronounce it. He believed that there was some kind of mankind mankind can't see the ultimate truth for a practical purpose. That's what we say is the red pill. You see the ultimate truth, but mankind. Adler noticed that mankind can't see the practical purpose of this planet, or the ultimate truth of the practical purpose. That's what he called it. He creates a partial proof, or frames. Now, you know, PUAs are always like in the frame. They got to stay in their frame. That's a partial truth, staying in the frame. A frame is a frame of reference we need to make something true. They dubbed it a fictional truth. So we make up fictional truths to match things in our lives, so things flow easier in a stream of consciousness, so we don't have to always be in this existential moment where we're freaking out because we have to go nihilistic on everything. That's what Adler believed. I think it's a better way to look at things, and when Mgtow sees it. So Adler talked about Mgtow a long time ago, because we call it the Disney effect. We call it we believe that men are stuck in some Disney world, and that's fictional finalism, what is really called. If you guys really want to call it by the right names, so instead of saying we're stuck in some Disney world where we want everything to be truth, we want our picture of the world to look right. We got that perfect woman. We call her the Walt. We drew her up. We painted her. And then we put her in our fantasy fiction land, and we said, that's the girl we want. We put a little apron on her, and we put a picket fence around the house, and we put her 2 kids next to them. And that's where that fictional finalism that we come to in our life. But that isn't real in life. Adler said that most people with an inferiority conflict, that's where it starts. The inferiority complex, they never get over this. They never grow the F up. In other words, that's what Adler was about. Adler was about thinking you're the most superior thing on this freaking planet. And I would suggest you guys listen to Adler, because you are the most superior thing on this planet. You are the shits, because you are Mgtow, and you got a good fine grasp on who you are in this life, and that's going to put you far above everybody else in this life, because they're living in this fictional finalism place where they're drawing up these abstract pictures of what they want life to look like. And that's just not real. And I'm sorry, it's just not real. I would like to draw up a finite picture of the way I want my life to look, like I said the other day. And man, we're drinking beer in the park, and there's little people, and there's clowns, and there's balloons, and everybody's riding an e-bike, and everybody's like, hi, Joe, you look great today. And everybody's happy, and nobody goes to work. And that I could draw that picture up in my head, but I'm not thinking that that's going to be a real place. I mean, really, it's not going to work out to be a real place. But that's what we do in this final fictional place that Adler said. And then Maslow and Freud come up, and Freud turned everything to pseudosexuality, because he's a jackass. Freud is a jackass, by the way. And how he got so popular? Well, he got so popular because there was a lot of jackasses in this world at that time. Cheeto, anybody? Oh, man. Cheetos are freaking delicious. So Freud and Maslow, and when you look at Maslow's credentials, man, the guy wrote one book, and what was it? Oh, his one book. Maslow is the life coaching hierarchy. That's how all life coaches, they all go to this general school of life coaching, and that's what they teach there, Maslow's hierarchy. And when you look at Maslow's book, he has one book. Adler has 300 books. Freud, I don't even know if he wrote a book in his life. Adler had over 300 books, and they were arguing with him because they seen that this Mgtow thing was going to come up in Adler and right around 1942 to 37. And if this thing took off, they had to crush it. So Freud and Maslow crushed Adler because Adler was about to tell us all that, hey, stop living in that fantasy fiction land of yours, and girls aren't good for you, and start looking for yourself. And that sounds a lot like Mgtow. Now, by the way, Adler has 300 books, and he was the head of a lot of places till Freud with his pseudo-sexuality and everything about it. But that's what these guys like. That's what people like in general, too. That's the fantasy fiction land that they want to live in. Everything has this pseudo-sexuality. Everything's about your mommy. Everything's about girls, and that's fine for Maslow and Freud because they're freaking simps. And Adler wasn't a simp. Oh, and little fast. A little fast. Wrong pipe. Yeah, so that's where that went, and that pisses me off when I think about that. How the life coaches use that, and then they want to bring around all the spergs. They get all the spergs to come around the life coaches because they're like, hey, mister, teach me how to pick up women's. And there ain't a thing you can do for a man because you come around Joe's life coaching. I'll tell you what, for every dude, there's your image of what you like. To find out what you like, you have to look at yourself, and then it's the mind looking at the mind and deciding what it likes. And then you look out there, and there's a certain type of woman that likes you too. And her mind is looking at her mind, and then that's what it doesn't veer or change on this planet. Like I said, there's only ands, ors, or nots. There's not a lot of things that can happen in the real world and this planet, and that's it. Once you figure that one out, you're in there like Flynn, man. You're in there. You're the dude. But Spergs have this disconnect with reality. And actually, they don't want to get into reality because they'd have to look at themselves. Now we have a spurred onslaught in the Mgtow, and they're all listening to these jackass life coaches like Coach Eli and Coach Red Pill. That's the fourth model of the Coach Red Pill guy. And then there's going to be the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Unless I noticed today that a lot of the Sandman was talking about it, and what's the other guy from Australia? He was talking about it, and I've been talking about it forever now, how to get the life coaches out. I'm thinking we could just shoot them, but that's illegal. I swear to God. I mean, that's the first zombie apocalypse come. I'm going after all the life coaches. I'm going after every one of them. You guys won't have to worry no more. I'll take care of that part of the zombie apocalypse because those guys really irritate me. And I don't know how to get them out of here. I would suggest finding what gets under their skin and telling them a little truth about themselves, or just make something up about them because they just hate that. Not to think that, they think they're so perfect. But we really got to do something about that. And I needed to vent today. I lost my Dougie today. I was heartbroken all morning. I went for a power ride on the bike. Hey, when you're feeling down, when something happens in life and death comes around, man, I'm so used to death. In the last few years, I've lost like 3 friends. I lost my mom and my dad. I lost my dog twice. And it's just something that's going to happen. You got to get used to it. And what I found out is power riding on that bike. I was out power riding on that pest. You can see the flush from the cold air. It's cold out there, and I was power riding. There ain't a spot in this area around here that I didn't touch. Just this today, just power riding. And there was something weird that happened, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. And it's in the serious now. We'll just go Joe into serious because I vented a little bit on the Spergs and everything. And it's a lot about Mgtow, and it's what I noticed about Mgtow. I got a dog, and I had a dog, and we attach ourselves to things. And when I finally got home, it was about, I can't even remember when I was home. Joey probably knows because I sent him a text or something, and I sent Whiskey a text too or something. And when I got home from the power ride, because I was so angry uh, that I sat on the front porch, and then I looked to the inside of the house, and then I had some groceries. I carried them in. I went back and I sat on the front porch. It was cold outside, and I thought, geez, there's no reason to go in the house now. I mean, there's no dog there to take care of. There's nothing in there I need to do. There's no reason for me to even have a house. And this goes back to my old Joe. Uh, I mean, all a man really needs is a barn and a good tool shed and a place to lay his head in a bed and a place to make his coffee. And the rest of the world, these are nests. I looked at my house today and I was like, I walked up, I sat down on the porch, and I was like, there's really no reason to go in there anymore. And it was a sad thought. And I got used to this sad thought. For a long time, I just ran around in this world, and I'm just like a pirate, I guess, or I'm just wherever the wind takes me, that's where I go. And after the divorce and everything, it was just wherever I go. And I really didn't consider anything my home until I came here. And then I got Dougie, and I considered it a home. There was something to come home to. Doug, I had to feed Doug, and that was the only. But today I got home, and I don't want to get another dog because I don't want to go through that heartache again. And I just sat out there on that front porch, and I was like, man, there's nothing to go in for. There's just nothing in there. And I thought, well, that's just like Mgtow. In marriage and everything, man, if there's nothing to come home to, if she's a whore, if she's like been a used up old piece of sack of garbage all her life and she yells at you, there's nothing to come home to. You just sit out on that front porch and you think, geez, there's nothing here to come home to. Why not Mgtow? Why not just why don't you just go and just start floating around again? And that was my thought today. I was looking at campers. And then I thought, man, I just get a bigger bike, an electric bike, and I could just kind of put a tent on the back of it and just shut all the utilities off here or rent it again and just head out again and go down. My biggest fan, what I really want to do in this world is go down to Louisiana and kill a alligator with my rock hammer. I know that's a weird fantasy. I got my rock hammer. This is I want to go to. I know. I want to go kill a big 16-foot alligator with a rock hammer. I just thought that would be like the most masculine thing in the world you can do. Then I could pull it up on a rope and like have my rock hammer and a picture with me hugging it. And because that's what I really want to do. That's my bucket list in life. I know it's a little different than most people's bucket list. You want to go to like Rio de Janeiro or something. I really want to go to. Where was I showing Joey the other day? There's this lake down there in Chile by the watery section where the bays are, and there's an inward lake, and you can look across the lake, and there's a volcano. I really want to go there too. So I have two things on my bucket list now, and I'm getting old. Might be getting a little too old to kill an alligator with a rock hammer. So I'm going to have to do this real soon. So today when I got home, I got no Dougie. There's nothing to go in the house for. There's nothing to, I mean, basically I just going to go out in the garage and work on something or do something like that. And I thought, Jesus, why don't I just put a tent? I want to buy a bigger electric bike, more mileage, so I can get at least 50 miles a day or something out of it. And then just head on off out of this fucking place. Because I'm so sick of being tied down. And the Mgtow spirit is calling. I got an alligator to kill. And But that's a lot like Mgtow is like losing a dog, because when you I thought about that a little bit today. It's like losing a dog, because you look out, you look at these women, they're not worth it. They're just, most of them are horrible. You know how badly you can get screwed over, and then you just sit down on the front porch of that, outside the building, we're outside the matrix, and you go, there's no reason for me to go into the matrix. There's just no reason. I see the horrible, awful things in there, and there's just no reason. I'll just sit out here on the outside of the matrix, and I'll go I'll get my rock hammer, come back, and then I'm just gonna drive away and go kill an alligator with my rock hammer, because that's better than anything they got in that suffering place they call marriage, and living with females, and even going around them. For me anymore, it's just horrible to even go around them and talk, because they talk, and it's stupid things, unattached, stupid, ambiguous thoughts come out of their mouth. And whew, and I can't take it. And sometimes my ears, like I get today, I'm a little bit on edge, and I'm a little bit moody, and I just can't take it. And but that's what Mgtow is. You're just on the edge, and there's no reason to go in, because there's nothing in there for you. And that's a pretty sad thought when that happens. But the good thing about Mgtow is that we do our introspections, we do our things. What do I like? And I found out what I like in life, and I like killing alligators with rock hammers, and I don't like kangaroos. So I don't want to go to Australia, because they got kangaroo. I'm terrified of those fucking things. And so I know where I don't want to go. And I want to, just do something. I don't know yet. It may be I'm going through a period. What is that you call the man period, where I buy a red Corvette? I really don't want a red Corvette, and I don't want women around me. so, so I have to think of more original, creative things to do, because I'm a Mgtow, and it would be really good not to have to put up with spergs and red pill coaches, and idiotic matrix dwellers and blue pill morons for a small amount of time. I'd like to disappear for a small amount of time and go gulp, because now I understand gulp more. I just want to go gulp, because the world is absurd. The world is absurd, and I can't take it anymore. And if someone tells me one more stupid thing, and someone opens up their mouth one more time, I'm going to end up going Timmy. And I might end up going to jail, because I just can't take one more stupid line coming out of any of their mouths. And that's the way I feel today. Like I said, I'm a little bit moody. I lost Dougie. Uh, I'm just feeling it today. So we got some work to do. But the good news is, in here, in this interneting place that we do right here for entertainment, in Mgtow, trying to get the word out and get people straight, and get men on the right track, and even try to get the Spergs on the right track. At least if we can get them just to take a look and realize what they are in life, and they'll go, oh man, I was running after a girl, like, man, there's no way I'm going to get a girl. If we can get them thinking like that, then we're doing our job. And like I said, Freud and Maslow screwed up the world so bad at that time that we're having gender issues now from that stuff. And that's where Mgtow pulls back the logic, and we go, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like pulling back the reins on this big, huge horse, flaming eyes and flame coming out of its head. You know what that horse is? That horse is called Veritas, the truth. If you didn't know that. And we pull the reins back on the truth there, and park it directly in the matrix, and they don't like that. And so we got a lot of work to do here, and I can always get busy and Mgtow and I mean, I don't know. We need a lot of men to get together to start getting the spergness out of Mgtow. And I doubt if YouTube's going to help us with the incels and everything like the red pill. What is that? Reddit did. Reddit kicked them all off, and they just kicked them out and said, no, you guys aren't welcome here no more. I think YouTube likes the spergs. It's what do they call it? Weaponized spurgery. They're weaponizing them. And then the red pill coaches, God, they drive me nuts. Specifically, the newest one that the newest Model 4 red pill coach. I wonder what happened to their first red pill coach. I think he got his channel taken down for being an idiot. And then there was another red pill coach, and I remember another one. And then we got like the red pill coach Greg Adams, which is a jackass, and red pill coach whatever. He's got a French name. Now anybody with a French name, the French people are horrible. I mean, he's got a French name. You should know that. I mean, that he's a jackass blue pillar, because most of those French people are. They don't get it. Sorry if you're French. But I married a French girl, so I have serious bias against French people now. I did. I married a French girl a long time ago. That was serious cultural differences. Let's just say serious cultural differences. And so I just wanted to come on and vent a little today. I lost my puppy, lost my favorite person in the whole world, and that's Doug. And he was a dog because I don't like people too much. So he passed around 9:30 this morning. I wanted to be with him, and I was holding him this morning, and he was like, oh, he's got his head in my chest because he loved me so much, because I'm the only person in the world that gives him food. And I said, I got to go out. I got to pedal up to the store. And he was laying there just kind of unconscious. He wouldn't drink. And so I went up to the store, and by the time I got back, he was dead. And I was like, fuck, I was supposed to be there when it happened. And I felt really bad about that. I was putting myself down. So I went for a power ride. If you ever, like I said, if you ever got a problem and things happen in life, that frickin' bike's right out in your garage. Go grab it and do a power ride. and that'll help. That'll help. And pedal the pain away. And that's my motto. That's my new motto. Pedal the pain away, and pedal the spurgery away. Every time I see like jackassery in this world, I'm just going to pedal it away. I'm just going to pedal it all away. And that's my thing lately. I bought a new, so I'm going to get my 29-inch mountain bike up, and I bought a 500 watt motor for it, and I bought all this gears, and I bought the tire, and I bought the battery, which is $220 for a battery for it. It was like unsightly. The cost of a lithium battery is unsightly. And that was actually the cheap one too. They were running for $450 to $300. So I bought the 10HA one, and I wish I would have bought a bigger one, but so I'm going to have a snow bike pretty soon. I'm putting the big knobbies on it, and I'll have a snow bike, which will be really cool, that I can drive around in the snow. And I noticed that they ripped a school down up the street, and there's a big vacant field, and they planted grass, and it's huge. It's a huge vacant field. It's like a heat sink. So this year there's a bridge that goes up and it goes over, and you can get on top of the bridge. And what I'm going to do is this year, I can't wait till it snows about this deep, because I'm going to get my bike and I'm going to make a big, huge penis in the middle of that field. The biggest field penis ever in the middle of that field. Then I'm going to get on the bridge and take a picture of it and post it. I was thinking about that today when I was driving. I said, that field, as soon as it gets about 3 inches, it's perfectly flat, and it's got perfect grass now. As soon as it gets flat and it gets about 3 to 4 inches of snow on it, me and my snow bike are going to be out there, and we're going to make a snow penis about 5 acres, a 5 acre snow penis in the middle, and I'm going to get a picture of it. That's my goal for the winter. And we all have to have goals. So that's my goal for the winter, to make the world's biggest snow penis and put it out there. and I got a plan. I've got a plan. It'll be evil that I'm going to draw Mgtow right above it with my bike. I got to figure out how to do that on my bike. but so I'm going to start putting together the snow bike soon. I got the mountain bike tire on the back. I bought a new bigger one, and I got to get a new mountain bike tire for the winter. I'll just do that as it comes, and it's going to be really cool. A snow bike. I wonder if I could pound some nails up from the outside through the rubber, so it gets some tread. It should do about, I'm judging, if I'm right, with a 29-inch tire, I should get 55 miles an hour out of it. That's a little fast, but I'm not going to be going that fast. But we'll see how it goes. And that's my project for the winter. And then I'm going to put a fat tires on my other bike. I bought the new rims and fat tires for them, so I can make my my little e-bike that I got and like to tool around on, a fat tire e-bike, just because that would be cooler. And so that's my project. Maybe I'll start posting my projects, or look. That would be really cool to do. Post my projects, my e-bike projects, and that might be what I post this winter. We'll just working with Joe in his garage about his e-bike, and see if we can make a really cool e-bike, so we can make a snow bike, so we can draw the world's biggest penis in the field when it snows. We got to go now. Okay, so that's my video for today, and I know it's probably disjointed because I was upset. I'm in a mood. I'm having a mood today, and I hope you're all doing better than me. And get out there, have a good day, and that's it. And thanks for showing up, and thanks for coming around, Mgtow. Most of all, thanks for being Mgtow. Otherwise, I wouldn't have nobody in the world that thought like me. Thanks a lot, guys.